Welcome to a very special Call the Shots.
Because today we're devoting the whole show to Bond.
James Bond.
Yes, we spotlight the secret agent who's been licensed to thrill us for the last 40 years. On the set of Die Another Day, we have exclusive access to the team that dreams up the Bond action sequences.
Welcome to Pinewood, the studio base and home to the most successful and longest-running film series of all time. Yes, it all began here in 1962 when Sean Connery first took on the role of 007. The most famous building here is also the largest. The 007 stage was built in 1976 to house a submarine base for The Spy Who Loved Me. The 007 stage has been used practically ever since, and the new Bond film is no exception. This is the Ice Palace, home to Gustav Graves, one of the main villains in Die Another Day. It's also the focal point for one of the most spectacular, ambitious and wet car chases in Bond history. The first part of the chase sequence was shot over 3 weeks in sub-zero temperatures on a frozen lake in Iceland. This time, even the baddie has a car to compete with Bond's. But with next to no grip on the surface, both the Aston Martin Vanquish and Jaguar XKR had to be customised for four-wheel drive, adding a cool £1.5 million to the budget. Conditions were obviously far from ideal for the film's action unit, but there are two things that keep them going: a near-impossible challenge and the inspirational leadership of award-winning action unit director Vic Armstrong.
My first appearance in Bond was actually just about in the very position I'm in now, because in those days, which was 1966, it was on the Bond called You Only Live Twice, and I was one of the ninjas that had to crawl across the roof and then slide 125 feet down ropes. And I was actually the first ninja down. Out of all the action sequences on Bond I've been responsible for, I think that the motorcycle chase on Tomorrow Never Die is one of the best. I think it did a wonderful chase with a huge motorcycle which was completely out of its environment. The boat chase on The World Isn't Enough takes a lot of beating, I must say. That was pretty good, so I'm a bit torn between the two, really.
OK, so we've seen the inside of the Ice Palace, which is in there, but this is how it looks from the outside. The Bond films have always prided themselves on their spectacular sets and spectacular action sequences. So imagine for one moment how it must feel to be a part of the team that makes it all happen. Well, Call the Shots has made it happen for young Dan Casson, who's probably still pinching himself because he's the newest member of the action unit. The Bond production has very kindly invited Dan to spend a week with the team to get a unique insight into how an action sequence comes together. So, Dan, how are you feeling about the week ahead?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to meet Vic from the action team. It's going to be really great.
What experience have you got that stands you in good stead for this week?
Well, I go to YCTV, which is Youth Culture Television in Ladbroke Grove. It's a charity-based organisation which teaches children how to become filmmakers. I've tried directing, camera, lighting, quite a lot of things.
Do you think you'll be able to get your hands on a camera in there?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I reckon so.
Well, good luck, Dan. It's obviously going to be an enormous film. I mean, the set is enormous in itself.
It is.
Welcome back to Pinewood and the beautiful Ice Palace, one of the main sets for Die Another Day. But it's not going to stay beautiful for much longer. It's Dan's first day with the team, so it's time for him to find out what's in store. Now, action director Vic Armstrong lives up to his title. First off is a high-speed tour around the Pinewood workshops. The main focus for the unit is a test day in the Ice Palace.
OK, Dan, what you're going to see today is our testing for a sequence that's going to follow a chase sequence that I shot in Hoffen in Iceland. And what we're trying to do today is just see how the cars perform on this slick ground with water on top of it, and just see how fast, we've got a radar gun on it, just to see how fast we can run the cars around the track. During the story, this ice palace is being caused to melt, so the whole place is dissolving gradually, and as we go through the chase, it gets heavier and heavier. This has been planned fairly meticulously a long time in advance. We've had storyboards, so it's all been sort of choreographed in advance, and what we're doing now is just a final sort of test. Obviously, there are some quite tight corners in here, so the drivers have really got their work cut out. And the two lads I've got in here, George Cottle and Ray DeHaan, are the best. They're absolutely wonderful. We had them in Iceland, and they did some superb precision driving there on, you know, full power slides on these cars in and out of icebergs, which are tremendously unforgiving.
What's the most crucial requirements of being a member of your action team?
Well, obviously they're tried and tested, and you know the original requirement is, of course, to know how I like my tea, which is with one sweetener because I'm on diet. So off you go, mate.
Right. Okay.
The point of a test day is to highlight problems and solve them. So, how do you get two staggeringly expensive cars down a flight of stairs? First of all, the hard way. But if you take one step at a time, you'll get there. The test day has gone very smoothly, but will Vic and his new teammate rise to the occasion on the big day? Find out at the end of the programme. Well, it's the day of reckoning. Today, the action unit, ably assisted by Dan Casson, will be shooting the interior car chase between Bond baddie Zhao and 007 himself. Dan has been with the team for the week of the big shoot. Here's his own personal view of how that week has gone.
Well, it's my first day, so wish me good luck. I don't know why they're letting me touch this. It costs about £250,000.
You want to have a go at it, Dad? No, you feel it. You feel it. It's just like a zoom motor on the camera. We always have all the best toys.
Yeah. What's this thing you're putting on the front of the lens? What exactly are you doing?
This is a rain deflector, Dan. Once we plug it up, this spins, so any rain that hits that gets thrown straight off, so you can film through it. You don't get rain spots or anything on the lens.
This wooden hut next to the soundstage is called a hot room, or a hot house. These are the priceless lenses that they have to keep warm, because if you take them outside and they're not kept warm, they can mist up. And I don't think the viewers at home want to watch a misted-up movie, do they? And they also keep the cameras in here so they don't mist up either. And the other exciting thing is the special effects that are thrown in at the last minute, such as the drop boxes, full of rubber foam and polystyrene. The crew are really great, they're friendly, they're really nice to me.
You finished my golf clubs yet?
What golf?
Cleaning my golf clubs. It's very important. It's a big game.
I couldn't find them. You'll have to give them to me, sorry.
All right.
Well, you know what they say? There's snow business like show business. Apparently this next bang is going to be much, much louder. And, well, I've got to wear a pair of these. Well, this is the Bond 20's action unit clapperboards. The director is Vic Armstrong. The director of photography is Jonathan Taylor. Each clapperboard has its own camera, and this clapperboard is D. So, that's the clapperboard. Finally made it. Well, found the tea urn.
Bond. James Bond.
So how's it going so far, Dan?
Yeah, not bad. Everyone's really friendly. Everything's, all the debris and everything's going as planned. No bombs have gone off accidentally yet. Everything's going well.
Groovy. OK, well, we won't keep you. Off you go.
All right, then.
And cut it there.
So, Dan, it's the end of your week. How's it been?
It's, well, it's been interesting. It's definitely been an experience. They've been saying goodbye to me all day. I'm really going to miss it. It was a great experience. Great
so you really were part of the action sequence team on a Bond film?
Yeah, exactly.
It's fantastic.
Not many people can say that, can they?
Absolutely.
No.
What about low points?
Well, there was far too much water.
There was a lot of water.
Yeah.
Well done, Dan. I think after that unique experience, we're going to see him directing his very own action sequences very soon.
Definitely a name to look out for. Well, thanks to everybody on the Bond team for this unique opportunity to bond with Bond.
Oh, dear. But don't worry, we've got plenty more film action, behind-the-scenes exclusives and the latest movie news next time on Call the Shots. So we'll see you then. Bye!
My name is John Baker. I am the Action Unit Weapons Supervisor on the latest 007 film, Die Another Day. And I am responsible for these and a lot of the weapons that you'll see on the film. I'd like to introduce you to two of the weapons that we're using today. This one is a Beretta Cheetah, which is the weapon used by Jinx or Halle Berry. And this one, which is the actual star of the show, is the one that James Bond uses, which is the Walther P99.